Hi, congratulations on your new RV. We're really excited for you. Please make sure before you're signing that you bring the following items with you. If you're a cash buyer, please make sure that you bring a cashier's check, no personal checks at time of signing, or you may bring actual cash. If you're a finance customer, please make sure that you bring proof of insurance listing your specific lien holder. If you need that information, please call us ahead of time. Also, make sure that you bring all valid driver's license of all persons that will be listed on the title. If you have a trade that you're trading in with us, please make sure that you bring your 10-day payoff as well as your title and all persons who will be listed on the title of that trade. Arrive 30 minutes early before your appointment time so we can properly inspect your unit, and also make sure that you have the fridge on and running prior to arrival. If you have any questions, please feel free to give us a call at 810-686-0710. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
Hello, this is Mike with TradeWinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Coachman Clipper Sport 108 SD pop-up travel trailer. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things, get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things taken into consideration when you're parking. Remember, you're going to have a bunk on both ends of this thing, so leave plenty of room for them to come in and out. Then I want you to think about where your power and water connection is going to be. Your power cord is going to store right inside here. Fresh water here, city water up here. So park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at your campsite. Once you arrive, first thing we're going to do is level your unit. Now you can put a stick-on level on something this little and have someone watch that while you bring it up to the right or down to the left. Once you got your unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. On all four corners of the unit, got these little stabilizing jacks. You can use an impact driver or a drill gun, something this low. I think it's overkill because you're going to want to stop really quick. I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt, debris, hot blacktop in the summer. On some of the pads you may go to, keep them from sinking into the ground, better distribute the weight. Use your 10% off coupon, grab a 4-pack of them, and run these down just until they are taut. Once you have any type of resistance on your hand crank, stop. Remember, our unit's level, all we want to do is stabilize it. Get all 4 of them down. We can go ahead and plug in our power, which again, I said is going to store inside. Big long 30 amp cord, because you need to plug into 110. There is a 30 amp to 15 amp reducer. It comes in your convenience pack. Got your power hooked up, let's hook your water up. Now campsites you're going to hook up here at your city water connection. First and foremost, your water pressure regulator. This water pressure regulator is going to reduce the water pressure to 40 to 50 psi, protecting the lines in your unit. Always use this when putting water into your unit. You don't know what the water pressure is at different campsites. Hook that up, hook your hose up. Don't turn your hose on yet. Come down here and make sure your hot water heater plug is back in. Throw some plumber's tape around that, not putty. Get that in there nice and snug. That's 1 1/8 inch. Get that in there nice and tight. Once that's in there nice and tight, you can turn on your hose, but I recommend waiting now until we go ahead and get this thing open. So hold off on turn on your hose and just open your unit up. You do have a hand crank. Fits on here. Alright, the hand crank's going to go right in here. But before we move it, we're going to come around and unlatch all 4 of these. I've already done it on all 4 corners on both sides. Once that's done, start cranking to the right and cranking it up. See that green cable right here? This is what we're watching to get taut. When that's taut, we went up as high as we need to go. around here. A little bit tighter. One nice and taut. Almost guitar string. There's plenty. So we're up high enough. First thing we do is grab our bed. In front here and pull it toward me. On the back, same thing. Get up in here and get a hold of this strap. Pull everything straight out towards you. You feel it lock in. Now in these corners, when we're pulling our material around, pull this blue around your corner first. That's going to protect it. It's easier to do here with 2 hands, but get that on the corner before you bring this down. It's going to protect your fabric here. No. I got light. So you do that to both ends. Then we're going to open up our door here. We're going to get inside and get these safety bars. You see your safety bars, one end is slanted, the other end is square. On kitty corners. So we're going to go camp side front, slanted side up, push that up, snap that bottom part in there square. That's your safety bracket. We'll repeat the process on the opposite corner with the other one. Pull this bed out. Let me do that real quick. So the next thing we're going to do on the ends here, we'll go around our sides, zip down our fabric, and Velcro over top. Same thing here, just tuck behind for travel. This is the end we put the safety bar on. Pull this out. Make sure this is zipped down. My fabric in front of that. Zip that down. Velcro over. On both ends. Our next move is to grab this string, go up underneath everything here, and we're going to pull this canvas and hook it onto this eyelet. Alright, after we get the eyelet, pulling our fabric underneath, the last thing we'll do is press this up against the bottom, and that is a Velcro that's going to hold that on both sides. Do that all the way around. Got everything set. I'm going to step up inside the unit, grab a little table here, flip this up, and flip it forward. At this point, you can put down or leave up this leg. As this flips down, that's going to turn your lights on. Now you see how these set for travel? Table folded down, bench folded out. Everything's nice and flat. Now we're going to grab our shepherd's hooks, as we call it. Curved end on one, straight end on the other. We're going to come here, just slide that right inside there. Going to lift up and push out on this with my shepherd's hook facing this way. I'll be able to do this one-handed on this one. I did. See exactly how that hooked in there. Now your couch, flip this over here. Show you that you do have storage on, or not storage, flip back. Slide that back, flip your back here, and then this whole bottom will shift right in, give you your sofa. So we go to the other end with the other shepherd's hook, push this bunk up. Lift and press. We can press this down here, and our bunks are out. Table's real easy. Just flip our cushions out here. And I'm going to lift the table up because there's several things underneath there I need to show you. This does Velcro down. Set your table up in there for now. And come back over here and head outside your unit. Now we left off hooking up your water. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and turn that city water on. Go inside, open up your faucet. Once your faucet's full of water, once you got a nice steady flow of water going through that sink, no air, then you can turn on that hot water heater from indoors. Now let's say we're going to go camping and we're not going to hook up at a campsite. We're going to go boondocking. In that case, we'll fill up our freshwater tank. No need for a water pressure regulator here. This would be a gravity fill. Just put a hose in there. Two ways to tell when that's full. One, there's an overflow valve right here. Or two on the inside where you check the levels. You'll see your black and gray tanks and a freshwater tank. Once you got that full, remove your hose. And then whenever you want to utilize that water, you'll turn on your water pump. Don't turn on your water pump and hooked up to the city water. That's already pressurized. All right, we're hooked up with power and water. Let me go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Starting here quickly on your off camp side. Nothing at the rear. We've got your power again. Your fresh water. It's a flue for your furnace. Two things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. And two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of it. It does get hot. Access to the back of your fridge. Fresh water drain. City water connect. Cable. Got an outdoor shower here. You also have a outdoor or your hot water heater again. Underneath you do have propane. Lefty loosey to open that up. There's your regulator for that. Your battery posts, check them now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. You have a wheel you can put on the front of this in case you're on a lot that you want to wheel this around at. This is access to this whole front storage, which is complete storage to the whole front of that, behind that diamond plate there. Your short door, like I said, just folds down here. Your long door, we'll bring that down here shortly. You have a clip out here for a griddle. 110's here. Inside here is more storage. And looking for, and it has to be over here. You're prepped for solar. You can plug in a solar panel here and that'll trickle charge your batteries. Spare tire with a cover. Let's go ahead and walk up inside. Immediately to the left is an area for a fire extinguisher. To your right, some storage. This table here was set outside on the lip I said where a griddle can sit. Speaking of griddle, here's your table. Your cooktop. This will set forward on the metal here. You'll turn that on here and light it with a stick lighter. Your sink. Easy use there. Down below here, this is where your register comes on. 110. Here's where you turn on your water heater. Here's where you turn on your water pump. Next to that is your fridge. Back in here, access panel to your water lines. Cable on 110 if you want to set a TV up here. Access to that front storage back behind that diamond plate. Underneath where your table is a 110 with GFCI reset and your access panel to your breaker box and fuses. And over here your thermostat. Crank that heat on. Heard the heat kick on. I'll shut that heat off. You'll notice that'll take a few minutes for the fan to cycle through before the heat shuts off. On the side of your seating here is a 12 volt carbon monoxide propane detector. The reason I mentioned that's 12 volt, that is always running off your battery. So if you are out dry camping or boondocking somewhere, and nothing plugged in charging your battery. Disconnect one of your battery posts to keep this from running your battery down while you're gone. Again, your storage here. Gonna take you to your access outdoors. Your bunk areas, your table just simply has the legs to stand up and lock out to sit right here. You also have a hand crank open, exhaust vent up here, and our door on our door. We are going to unsnap. It's easier with two hands. Alright, I'm gonna get up here and let this door down. On each side here you can have a snap. Gonna let this part down. Same thing up on this end. Snap and snap. And then we release that down onto these wires. We'll slide this way. Bring that here, please. We're gonna come around here and show you this metal piece here. And this one here is going to clip right up onto that. Put that down there. The rest of this will all just swing forward. Then inside the doorway. Then you'll come up here. A little bit further out on the bottom. There it goes. Now you come along and you'll Velcro this all the way down. On both sides, inside and out. Here, this will be back there as well. So again, you'll run that up there, Velcro both sides. See how quickly that door can come on. Alright, so let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite now and close the unit up. Now, I just kind of reversed the process on a lot of things. I put our long table back up there, our long door, excuse me. I put our table back underneath here and put our cushions on top. I want to show you on the seat toward your kitchen. This is access to your water pump. Just got to undo that screw right there. The other side is just storage. So set our cushions back how they were again. Again, just grab this seat here. Well, actually, before doing that, we're going to bring our beds down. So we push forward on that, release it, pull this right down towards you, pull our pole out and lay that right up in here. Same thing on this end. Now we're gonna pull this a little bit toward us. Bring this ladder of bed down. Lay that back piece down. The wood. Put our cushions in here. Give ourselves a little bit of walking space so we can make sure we release these locks. Now they locked in as you pull them out. We're just going to pull up on those. See how it kind of released it and it slid forward. Same thing over here. See, it slides past that. Now the whole thing will slide right in nice for you from the outside. Same thing on this end. Before releasing our locks, let's go ahead and flip our stove top back down. Make sure this part here is locked in before we flip it down, so that countertop will stay up there. Take our leg, flip that back down. That's ready for travel now. Unlock both of these doors. Or slides, excuse me, bed slides. Let them up, now both them beds should slide in nicely. Everything is all set to put away from out here. If we're out boondocking, just gonna get up underneath and dump our low point drain. If we are at a campsite, we're gonna bring up those stabilizing jacks, unhook our cable, our water. We leave our power hooked up before we bring everything down. And I'm gonna push these slides back in. Before pushing them in, we're gonna go ahead and reverse the process out here as well. Gonna unzip our canvases, tuck these back behind here. Remove our 2 safety bars, one from each corner. Get underneath, unhook our strings, unvelcro our fabric, and tuck our corners. Tuck our fabric in all the way around before we push all this in. Let's get that done real quick here. Alright, push the other end in. Front end in. Push these pretty easy here. If it does catch on you at one point over to the left, go check by your doorway. Your arm goes across the door. There's a catching point on some of these. I'll show you that real quick. Right here. When your metal arm comes across this blank area to over here as it glides in, it might catch sometimes. Keep an eye on that. Now we're going to bring up our door and hand crank this thing back down. And what we're going to do is I'm going to bring it down about halfway, then 3/4 and a couple inches all the way. I'm going to be tucking canvas as I bring this down. So we're simply just going to the left now. Make sure you remove both of your safety bars, otherwise it won't crank down. Again, I'm going to go around, tuck everything, and bring this all the way down. Alright, got it cranked down. We'll head around all 4 of these corners here and get them snapped down nice and snug. You may have to lean up on top just to get it to come down a little bit as you straighten that out. That'll get up on there. Alright. Got all our drains unhooked. Got our unit down, snapped in nice and tight. Head on home. Again, thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this clipper for many years to come. Happy camping.